What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man series, Symbiote Spider-Man. And so here we have Symbiote Spider-Man posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Spider-Man does come with 3 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fists, we get a pair of wall-crawling hands, and then we get a pair of the whip hands. Other than that, Spider-Man here doesn't come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Spider-Man. And so here we have a closer look at the retro Symbiote Spider-Man, and this is one of Hasbro's better Spider-Man figures. I'm not gonna lie to you, it uses the exact same mold, well, almost the exact same mold as the retro carded Spider-Man, with a couple of new additions. For starters, his head. This is a brand new head sculpt, and it looks very good. I don't know if it's exclusive just to this Spider-Man or if they've used it in the past. If they have, I don't have that figure that they used it on. I only have this head, but it is very, very good. I love it. The eyes look very good and look just like his first appearance in the black costume, so that is done very nicely. I do like the smooth detail that they have on it. It's perfect for the Symbiote Spider-Man and Black Suit Spider-Man, but everybody refers to this as a symbiote, even though people confuse it for the black suit. They are 2 different suits, mind you. Having a look at the costume itself, I really do like the spider here that we have on Spider-Man's chest. It is done better than the first Symbiote Spider-Man that they did. I like it a lot more, except on the back. Now on the back it does look good, but on mine, what side is there? It is. On mine, with the camera will focus, it does have a little bit of paint slop right here on the butterfly joint. It's not a big deal because most of the time it's going to be like that. But yeah, it is noticeable when you do look at it, but again, you're not going to notice it unless you're really looking for it on the back of the figure. And most of the time you're going to look at the front of the figure, and the paint on the front is very clean. I do like it. I would have preferred a much cleaner look here and a little bit sloppier here if it meant this was going to be the display side. So like I said, he does use the retro carded Spider-Man body, with the exception that they retooled his back. He doesn't have the peg hole anymore, so it's just Spider-Man in his regular suit, the one that they used for the Renew Your Vows. Now, I do say it's the same as the retro because he has the same shoulders as the retro, and he still uses the pinned joints, which they didn't start using the pinless joints until the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. I'm not at all bothered by pins, you guys. It's one of those things that I could live with or without. Exposed joints, they're action figures. You're never going to have a seamless body. I do like the fact that they did put the white patch on the back of his hands, and again, that's painted really nicely. And it's painted really nicely on all his hands. Even though he comes with whip hands, Symbiote Spider-Man doesn't come with whip hands. He shoots the webs out of his fists, but I guess Black Suit Spider-Man uses the whip hand, so if you want to use this as Black Suit Spider-Man, be my guest. And then, being Symbiote Spider-Man, unfortunately, he doesn't have any other paint besides the white on the spider, the white in his eyes, and the white on his hands. He's just wearing black. It's just that black symbiote that engulfs his entire body, and it's not bad. I do like it. I would have preferred somewhat of a semi-gloss for a finish, just because I would have liked this to be a little bit you know, symbiote-ish, so that it had like a feel to it. The matte finish isn't bad, but yeah, personal preference, I would like this to have like maybe that glittery effect, the metallic effect that we saw with the Venom, Carnage, and all the other symbiotes, or have this like a semi-gloss. But overall, I still like the way this figure looks. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Spider-Man posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. And so here we have Spider-Man posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Spider-Man posed next to a Lightning Collection White Range and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Symbiote Spider-Man posed next to Hasbro's original Symbiote Spider-Man. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Spider-Man's articulation. Now, he does have a double ball joint here in the neck. Now, unfortunately, it's not designed all too well. He gets virtually no downwards head movement on that double ball joint and very little backwards movement, unfortunately. Now, the ball joint connecting the head does allow him to look up quite a bit, so I do like that. I would have liked it if this was a hinge like on the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, and looking down he gets about that far, so it does work. Head tilt does work somewhat, and then he does turn left and right, no problem. We do have butterfly joints on the Spider-Man, so they do move back and forward quite a bit. They do go out to the side, a little bit stiff on mine, but they do go all the way out. Then he does spin all the way at the shoulder. Then we have a bicep swivel, double bend here at the elbow, swivel and hinge here at the wrist. We have a ball joint here in the torso, which does pivot side to side, leans back, leans forward, and gives us a rotation. Then we do have a hinge here in the abdomen. It's a reverse hinge, so it does lean back about that far. Leans forward about that far, so it does get up some really good range. No waist cut, unfortunately, but we do have drop down hips, which do drop down to about right there. He kicks forward only to about right there, but that's pretty good. Kicks back, not at all, out to the side. Good, but it could be better for Spider-Man figures, I'm not gonna lie. Swivels here at the thigh. We do have double bend here at the knee. We have rotation here at his calf. We have a hinge in the foot going back and forward, and then of course forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, really good articulation here on Spider-Man, and I would really love to see this incorporated on other characters other than just Spider-Man. I know we're getting a Daredevil on this body mold, but yeah, I would love to see this body used a little more frequently on other characters. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get them compared or posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the retro-carded Symbiote Spider-Man pose for my final thoughts, and overall, I really like the way this figure came out. Don't get me wrong, it still has some issues that Hasbro has yet to address, such as that double ball joint really not working in the head. I do feel like the arms on this figure are kind of bubbly, but they did fix that on the Renew Your Vow Spider-Man, so if they were to give us an updated version of this, I think I would like that figure so much better. But overall, it's still a really good outing by Hasbro. Now, I still feel that Mafex has the best Symbiote Spider-Man, but this is a really good budget version. If you guys can't afford the Mafex version, this is still a very, very good alternative to that figure. He looks nice and he scales very well with your Marvel Legend figures. Even though he doesn't have the detailing that the Mafex figure has, I really do like him overall. It's not my definitive Symbiote Spider-Man, but the Mafex one is. This one is still a top contender, especially if you can't find or were unable to pre-order that one. Now, if you are looking for this Spider-Man, he was one of the harder ones to find in the series, and he's still kind of pricey by the standards of the retro carded, being about $35 for him. That's pretty fair, seeing as how the Iron Spider is like $31, $35 for this guy, seeing as how he was released earlier in the year. I think that's pretty fair. If you guys can get hold of this Spider-Man, definitely pick him up. I really do recommend him for all you Spider-Man fans, and because he is on the same retro carded series as Shocker, you guys have to recreate that scene from the animated series. It has to be done. This Spider-Man will run you like $35 at the time I'm making this video, but like I said, that's a fair price, seeing as how some Marvel Legend figures are up charging like $40, so yeah, pretty standard by Hasbro's practices now. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.